Hello, everybody. Welcome, people from around the world. Very excited to be here. As a matter of fact, when I was sitting here watching the people logging in, we have a lot of people from many countries and all over the US and Canada, all over Asia logging in right now, and people still continue to log in. It's very exciting. So I haven't done this for a while. So welcome, everybody, to tonight's webinar. We have a fantastic training for you. Tonight, we have a very special guest, and I don't want to mess around because everybody's time is important. I want to introduce her because, when I first met her a few years ago, and she, first of all, she didn't look her age, but she said, yeah, because of Jeunesse, right? Jeunesse product. But as I got to know her, I realized, just even if you just, shake her hand, talk to her, she's an extremely warm person. And I was very surprised to find out that she happened to be one of the most successful realtors in my area, lived very close to me. She was very good friends with Yvonne Yen, our Double Diamond director. And tonight we're very fortunate to have her because this lady, first time in the industry, she has achieved something amazing. She has worked very hard. I saw her in 6 months, became Ruby director, and today she's an Emerald director on the way to Diamond. So please, put your hands together wherever you are in the world for Angela Wang. Hello, Angela.
Hello, Samson. Hello, everybody around the world. Actually, I'm a little nervous. This is the first time that I'm on the webinar with Samson. I'm so happy to be here.
It's our honor to have you on tonight. Somebody so successful, such a short period of time, and also somebody who leads with the heart and works extremely hard. It's extremely good work ethics, and we can't wait to hear from you tonight.
Thank you, Samson. Actually, I learned from the best. I learned from you, from Yvonne, and from Kim.
Very good, very good. Now, I know you, for those of you who don't know, Angela is a world traveler. Can I ask how many countries is your business in now?
Actually, I haven't looked at my back office lately, probably to already 45 countries.
Wow, that's amazing. So how many countries have you been to?
4 countries.
Oh, 4 countries, okay.
Yes.
Amazing. Well, let me ask you, maybe we have members online who know you, and I'm sure many who don't. Maybe you can share briefly your story, yeah?
Oh, yeah. Actually, I've been in the United States probably over 42 years. And for the past 15 years, I was in real estate business. I specialize in residential and commercial real estate. And I've always worked very hard. So fortunately, that real estate gives me a comfortable life. But however, it cannot accumulate, it cannot give me the fortune. So it was very lucky that a little bit more than 3.5 years ago, actually my husband introduced me to our Double Diamond Yvonne. And my husband, he's a CPA and a attorney in Los Angeles. He's a corporate attorney. So actually he's helped a lot of companies, to look for good investments, and he helped the companies to go public in the Wall Street. So whatever he told me, I'll just listen to him. So when I first met Yvonne, I didn't know who she was. And I couldn't understand what she was saying because I've never done any e-commerce before. But I just saw the passion in her eyes. And that's the thing I lost after 15 years of real estate. So I just said, I want that. And I just remember that my husband, took out his credit card to Yvonne after he heard she said that I retired my husband in just a couple of years. So my husband said, we're in. Yeah, but after I joined for 6 months, and I told Yvonne that for my age, back then I was like almost 57. So, I think the whole world know my age now. Yeah, and then I told her that, I have no time, and I really don't want to spend, time to learn a new business, but she told me there's a proven system just to follow the system that you will bring me to where I want to go. So for the first 6 months, I told my partner, I told my husband that, okay, give me 6 months of time. I want to prove if this system really works. And, I just want to see, I think at that time, I just wanted a breath of fresh air. I want something new. So how would I know? That 6 months, I work hard though. I go wherever Yvonne goes, and then I just, I learn and I learn. How would I know? After 6 months, I make Ruby director, and the income, of course, there's no income plan whatsoever, but the income back after 6 months, that was the income that, I made after 5 years of real estate. But of course, during this journey, I gained a lot of personal growth. I step out of my comfort zone, and I learn to embrace the challenges, and I listen more. I listen more to my children. I listen more to my friends, and I listen more to my husband. So I think I really enjoy the life now. And this is the life that I've always dreamed about. And I'm really grateful, to meet Jeunesse.
Wow. I mean, that's a powerful story, Angela. I mean, one thing is that obviously, this is such a new kind of business for you. And then you just went from what most people know as a traditional business and just working, day in, day out, and never end in sight, right? Because it's transactional, right?
Right.
So, and then now you just said you're living the life of your dreams.
Yes.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you imagine I had about 85 phone calls a day before when I was a realtor?
Oh my God.
No, yeah, because every time when I have dinner or lunch with my daughter always say, Mom, can you not picking up the phone? And I told her that my clients are very important to me. And she said that, Mom, am I not important? But now when I having lunch with my daughter, I will say, Stephanie, put down the phone, no texting. Let's just eat and talk.
That is so funny, but it's life, isn't it? Right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so tonight, I know we talked a little bit earlier and we promoted it that, we're going to share with our friends out there from around the world. I mean, literally from around the world tonight. Anybody who speaks English on the team, they're on the webinar. So tonight, not to make you nervous, yeah? Because this actually, folks, this is her first ever training in English that she's done online. Usually she only do Chinese. So we're very fortunate. You're all the first time watching Angela do training. So anyway, we want to support her as best as we can. So we want to make some comments in the chat. The chat is open for all of you to say hello or to ask questions later. But Angela is here, and we are so grateful that she's here to share with us her journey. Now, a lot of people, when they first start the business, they maybe first time, actually, most of the people on our teams from around the world is the first time in the industry. And obviously, in the same platform, in the same company, in the same system, some people succeed very fast and some people are a little bit slower. So the question is, well, let's forget about the slow part right now, because we know that the fastest and easiest way to build Jeunesse is fast, okay? And so maybe you can share with us what happened your first week. So, your husband, Ping, right, put the credit card down and you got started. So what happened after that?
Actually, when I got in, when I joined Jeunesse, I had my real estate actually was at the peak. And I knew that, for my age, I didn't want to go, work so hard anymore because the health problem. And like you say, it was transactional. So actually I remember one night I just told my husband, maybe I should hire more assistants and, and just expand my real estate even bigger. And then all of a sudden he said, Angela, if you want to do any business, you learn from the best. If you want to do stock, if Warren Buffett say he will teach you, you go for it, right? I said, yeah, of course. And I said, I know, these are the people are the Warren Buffett of e-commerce. Okay, if these people want to teach you how to do e-commerce, can you not allergic to money? He really said that very seriously. So that's why I gave myself a chance. And then of course Yvonne told me that there's a proven system, and she told me that if you do not want to waste your time, you just follow the system. Although I didn't know what system was back then, but I just did whatever Yvonne told me to do, or I look at Samson, I look at Yvonne, you all very successful. You've been through everything that everyone been through. So, that's why I just follow the system. And how would I know? After 6 months, I become a Ruby. I still remember I was like jumping up and down in Venetian and in the Gymnasium University. I didn't even know that I got to Ruby. So just follow the system.
Very good. So, okay, now you follow the system very closely, right? So a lot of trainings, and besides the trainings and the knowledge that you learn, okay? So what made you successful compared to, people who have not been successful? What, or maybe a better way to put it is, because you can have the best system, but it takes the right driver, right? To be in the system, the right person. So looking back, when you first started, and I know you've never been asked this question before, so looking back, when you first started, what made you the right person? What characteristics that you had that when you jump into the system, that it worked for you right away?
Yeah, because after I came in, and I think this is what I'm looking for, because I really look into the business model, and I know this is a future trend now. And when I got in, I decided to do it. Samson, I told myself, I'm already a diamond, so I would do whatever diamond does.
Okay, so very good, beautiful. So before you go on, that's a very good point. So can you describe, though, what do you mean by being a diamond from the beginning?
Persistence. Okay. First, when it came in, I didn't know about this business, and then I came across a lot of objections, or anything that it just didn't bother me. Every time I go back to my why I want to do this business. Okay, I think the persistence, and just like I say, I listened to all the trainings. I did a lot of, like, my notebooks are this thick, and I think you just have to. It's just like any other business, but here you can spend 3 to 5 years, but you can achieve what other people cannot achieve, maybe for the like 20, 30, 50 years. So I think persistence, and always go back to my why. Whenever it comes to any problem, I go back to my why and lead by example. I think that's very important. If whatever I want my team to do, I would do it myself first. So they're looking at me. So
they're watching you, right? Yeah, very good. Actually, a lot of learning is by watching. So that's why we say, right, the speed of the team is the speed of the leader. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so very good. So now let's go ahead and start to the meat of tonight's training, because you have spent hours and hours and sleepless nights since we announced the training to prepare the PowerPoint and the training for tonight. So we appreciate that very, very much. So folks, while we let Angela go ahead and start her training on how to jumpstart your business and what it takes, what does she do? Okay, thank you, Angela. Take it away.
Thank you, Samson, for giving me this opportunity. And then now let me open my PowerPoint. And today I'm about to share with you is the art of invitation. It's very important. Okay, let me open this. Okay, can you hear me okay? All right. This is, after these 3.5, almost 4 years, I learned the art of invitation is so important. I think a lot of people think, why should I warm up? Because when you don't know about prospects' needs, but keep talking about the business and talk about the platform, you will have negative results. Because remember, we're here, you just be a helping friend to your prospects. So after listening and understanding your friends' needs, okay, you can provide a solution and see how you can help and not just push the business to them. So this is very important. Some people just go right to the business, okay? It's just like you go to the doctor, okay? And you sit down, the doctor say, okay, here's the prescription to your headache. But he did not even ask you what's wrong with you. Maybe you are having a stomach ulcer. So remember, you are a doctor. You want to find out what the problem is, to your patient, and then you can prescribe the right prescription to them. So it's very important, at the warm up. And how to warm up? You've been sincere and real, and catch up with friends organically. And what do you chat about? Because just like whatever, when you sit down, that you chat with your friend. Okay, so here, you're providing a solution. Just remember, don't be a salesperson. Don't be a super salesperson. Be a helping friend. So you're providing a solution to your friend's need. And how do you find their needs? Okay, remember this, FORMHD. You talk about their family. How's your father? How's your wife? How's your children? Okay, ask them that. And occupation, how's your work? And some people say, oh my God, I just like work overtime. Every day I have to work overtime, come home late and all that. And my boss, there's so many politics in the company, okay? So that you talk about this, recreation. Have you been to any, have you been to any trip yet, with your friends? And the friends say, oh, I know, we love to go on the trip, but it's so expensive. Then bingo, there's probably a money problem. Okay, so it's the money. And some people, maybe like people when they retire or something, is their health problem or the dream. Maybe this person already has everything, but they dream of doing something like maybe some charities, or maybe you can ask them, hey, what if you have money and the time freedom? What would you like to do? So this is dream. Everybody has the dream, okay? That's why we look for somebody who has a dream, okay? So this is when you warm up, you need to find out what their needs are. This is what you need to talk to them about. So just remember, FORMHD, okay? And then here, okay, how do you invite? Okay, first we have some house rules. First, if your friend have not shared with you their problems, or their challenges or worries or their dreams or goals, do not talk about the platform, okay? So this is very important, okay? And rule 2, when you are inviting, there are 3 things you do not want to discuss. 1 is the company name. 2, the products or the compensation plan. Okay, so some people say, oh, so you don't want to talk to them about this. I don't want to, cheat with my friends by not telling them. I said, no, only at the inviting time, okay? Because you talk about your story, that's what you do, okay? Rule 3, when your friend tells you their challenges, you're offering an opportunity for him or for her. Okay, you say, okay, I don't know if this is for you, but I probably have a solution to your problems. Okay, so you need to, just talk to them first. And rule 4, always give your friends 2 options to choose. Okay, when the friend want to learn more about it, you say, hey, I'm busy right now. Okay, but I'll probably be free next Tuesday or Thursday is good for you. What time works best for you? Because remember, this is $1 million business. You do not want to stay in front of the supermarket or on the parking lot. Talk to your friends about this $1 million business, okay? So be serious about what you do, then your friend will be serious about it too. So it's very, very important about these 4 house rules, okay? And next, the simple step to invitation is that, are you showing care about your friend's life? Okay, care about them, okay, talk to them. So that's why I say, this business, if you're good-hearted, you can do it very, very well, okay? And then, are you listening to your friend's current needs? Sometimes when we're doing some ABC, I'll explain what ABC is, okay? And the B told me that, oh, this is what they need help, they need the products. But at the end, after I listened to them, I asked them questions, I found out, they want to make money. Because sometimes what they bring to me, no, don't talk to them about business. They only want the products. But no, after I talk to them, I know, there's other needs that they want. So always be listening. That's why this business, you don't want to talk too much. You have to listen more. Okay. And then third, did you ask your friend how they want to solve their problems or their issues? When they say, oh, I don't like my job, I really want to change to another job. And then you will ask them, you don't want to just provide our platform right away. It's, oh, really? So what is your plan? You plan to go to another company, or you want to do the business deals? What are your plans? You talk to them and then let them find out, oh, maybe, their problem or their solution is not really the solution to their problems. So that's why you provide them our platform later on. And then after that, have you shared relatable success stories with your friend? Sometimes when I hear their pain, okay, their problem, I do not want to just, share our platform with them. I'll talk to them about somebody that with the same background of their success stories in Jeunesse. Okay, so remember, whenever we hear their problem, we start to blah, 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 talk about, I know there's a platform called Jeunesse, can provide you this, that. No, you talk about the stories with somebody's success story with the same background as them, okay? And the most important thing is leverage experts or events. Okay, this is so important. This business is all about leveraging. Okay, if you want to just do it by yourself, might as well go back to your own traditional business, like real estate. We have to do everything all by myself. But what I love, about this business is about leveraging. I can leverage somebody, who's better than me. So the leverage, you can leverage ABC. We'll explain more about what ABC is later, and ask help from an expert or table talk. What is table talk? Just like, you gather some friends together, having an afternoon tea, and everybody will kind of introduce themselves and talk about their dreams and what they do with their dreams. So sometimes when you bring your prospect to table talk, they will think, oh my God, this guy's a realtor, this guy does insurance, this is a business owner, housewife. Wow, everyone here, they will pick their interest. So later on, they will ask you, oh, what are you all doing here? You all, look pretty successful. What are you doing here? So people are always curious about what other people do, especially with the same, background as you. So table talk really, really works. And OPP is the business presentation or the company events, okay? So about ABC, what is ABC rules? A is expert, B is a bridge, that's you, and C is your prospect. And there's edification is the key, okay? I always tell my team members, if you want to build an international business, you need to master the art of edification, okay? Because sometimes your friend, okay, is in England, and how would you talk to this person? Maybe you bring this person up to, we do the FaceTime or we do the Zoom, do the ABC. So you have to really edify your friend, maybe in LA or maybe somewhere else in another country. You know why? Because there's a grab. Edification is the key. Okay, you and your friend, there's a trust between you two, okay? Because mainly we don't do the co-market, we do the warm market, so you have more trust there. But if you have to do the co-market, you build the relationship first, okay? So you and the prospect, you have the trust. When you edify the expert, who is the A, okay, and then there's a respect between prospect and the expert. So whatever the expert say, the prospect, will listen more. So when there's a real trust plus respect, then you got the deal, you got to sell. So I think during the ABC, there's a meeting conduct, always be on time. Okay, and sometimes A always come a little bit, maybe 5 minutes later, and then you have to dress professionally, okay? This is $1 million business. I always tell my members, you do not just wear a short and flip-flop to the meeting, okay? Treat it seriously. Your friend will treat it seriously too, okay? And find a friendly atmosphere, quiet, and then like comfortable, and also make sure there's a Wi-Fi in case you want to do the closing. Make sure there's a Wi-Fi, and phone's always off. And then you have to sit with the prospect and then let you and prospect, against the flow, the people. You don't want anything to distract them, okay? And very important is participation. Participate, Okay, always smile, put a smile on your face. And when the expert says something, you nod your head and do not talk too much. Let the expert do the work for you. Okay, so it's very important that the 60% of the success rate depends on B, the bridge. Okay, so a lot of times, like, people always, invite their friend, put them in front of the A, and didn't even tell them clearly, the background of the C, because A needs to know the background of the C, so she knows or he knows what story to tell. Okay, to push their button, to push their hot button. Okay, so it's very important that B has to prepare all the work before you can invite the expert, to do the showcase for you. Okay, so this is the ABC rule. And how to invite a work, I'm gonna give everybody a little example. Okay, so you probably know what kind, because we have different people from different backgrounds, and this is when working professionals, their pain points, you need to know what their pain points are. Okay, usually they are not satisfied with a typical 9-to-5 job lifestyle. For me, I couldn't do that. That's why I did real estate. Okay, so 9-to-5. A lot of people don't like the 9-to-5 job lifestyle. And as a professional, they are only fulfilling the dreams of their employer. Okay, they're just fulfilling the dream of their boss. Okay, and they are worried about being laid off because now it's AI and 5G age. Okay, a lot of jobs going to be replaced by the robot, or they're afraid of being laid off, and they're interested in earning additional income, and they would like to become an entrepreneur, but it's not sure what is a good option there, because there are a lot of platforms there. So usually I would just ask them, if it does not affect what you do today, but this can bring you additional income, would you be interested? Okay, so when you know about the working professional, their pinpoint, then you can tell the story. You can tell them, maybe a Christopher story from Singapore. Okay, I'm sure that on the Zoom meeting, a lot of people have heard about his story. So you can that's why you need to collect stories, okay, about the person who has the same background as them. Tell about their stories, and say that if it does not affect what you do today, and it can bring you the additional income, would you be interested? Okay, so how do you invite business owner? What's the business owner's pinpoint? Usually they have to do a large initial investments required in traditional business. And they have a lot of stress, a lot of pressure from competition in the field. Also high risk in owning your own business, and return on investment takes time. Okay, large investment, but maybe large return, but it takes a long time. A limited cash flow depending on the market, and also headaches from managing employees. And usually I will ask, if there's an online opportunity that you can do global, and that does not require significant capital, resources, and your time, would you be interested in learning more? Remember, we always say, would you be interested in learning more? If they, yeah, what it is, and they ask you, and then you do that, you talk about the story and the showcase. Okay, so we always do that. Just remember that, just like you introducing a girl to a guy, and you say, hey, why don't you two get together and get to know each other more, learn about each other more, and not like, hey, this is John, this is Mary, why don't you two get married? Okay, this is the invite. You have to remember. Always ask them, would you be interested in learning more? Okay? And for how do you invite e-commerce professionals? A lot of people always do business online already. And usually their pain points are time consuming to maintain their own e-commerce portal. And the headaches on stocking inventories. This is what people hate, okay? Stocking inventories and shipping and delivery. And negative impact on the bottom line for handling returns. If people do the return, that's the biggest headache they have. And the business is a one-person show. And here I will ask them, hey, if there is a global infrastructure in place that does not require you to manage logistics, orders, and monetary transactions, would you like to learn more? Okay, so usually people will be interested, okay? And next, how do you invite a housewife? Usually their pain points are lack of confidence and sense of security. and they're disconnected from society and mainstream, and their lack of financial independence. Everything has to depend on the husband. So I will ask, the friend, say, hey, if there's a way for you to live more meaningful and a chance to meet positive and like-minded people, to learn, grow, and build your own confidence, and you can also make some income and earn the respect from your children and your husband while still taking care of your loved ones, would you be interested in learning more? So a lot of housewives actually, before they get married, they have their own career because the family, they have to quit everything. But at the end, one day when they become an empty nester, they become like, they're so disconnected from the society. Maybe the children will say, hey, mom, you don't know anything. And the husband will probably, will think that he will probably think that you don't know anything either. And I just remember one time Kim saying that before, she asked her husband, hey, I want to buy this, name brand purse. And, her husband will say, why don't you just go to Target, which is Target, okay? So see, if you can make your own money and you can buy anything you want to, and especially one day I told one of my friends, I say, hey, what if one day your child say that, mom, I want to go, pursue my college. I want to go to Stanford. I want to go to Columbia. How would you feel if you say, hey, daughter, you can go to any school you want. Mom will pay for your tuition. How would you feel? So, I really think that any woman, really, have to have financial ability. And, that gives you confidence, or maybe it can help out, with the family too. So with a housewife, now there are a lot of housewives, they really want to do more for themselves, okay? And how do you invite a seasonal distributor? It's just like realtors, okay? Current earning is transactional, like realtors, and unstable earning from month to month. Okay, and then fierce competition from other distributors. And I would say, hey, if there's an opportunity to build and earn passive income while leveraging a team environment to enable our time and network to be unlimited, would you be interested? Okay, so I think this is a good thing when you talk to a realtor, okay, because usually realtors are like transactional, very transactional. And this month income doesn't mean that you will get the same, amount of income next month. So we always have this insecurity. So if the passive income is really, really attractive to them. Okay, and how do you invite a retiree? Okay, usually retirement life is not up to par, okay? Unlimited retirement funds available to use. Sometimes, when you retire, you really have to lower your living standard because you want to make sure, you have enough money. Some people say that when one person gets sick in your family, sometimes just needs 28 days might use up your whole savings. Okay, so it's good to have extra, passive income. And experiencing health issue from aging. Okay, this is a lot of problem too, because one third of the world population are baby boomers. I'm one of them. So the health is very important because we do not want to become a burden for our children. Okay, so for retired people, I'll say, hey, if there's an opportunity to meet positive-minded people who are interested in having a healthy lifestyle and allows you to travel while earning an additional income, would you be interested? Okay, and sometimes I would say, hey, and on the side, you'll be able to help probably some young people, and help them to have another opportunity and make your life more meaningful. So for retired people, they always like to make extra income, which is always good, and they get to travel free too. This is what they love. And how do you invite a young people? Like people just got out of school. Okay, so they have limited financial ability, limited or no network, and zero experience and no mentors. Challenge of securing a job and starting salary is very, very low. And I would say, if there's a chance to expand your current social network with successful business professionals and learn from them? Would you like to learn more, learn how to make money using just your cell phone, regardless of your physical location? Okay, because nowadays young people, I always say, the Jack Ma from Alibaba say one thing, that we are using our cell phone every day, but have you ever make money from your cell phone? So, now young people, they have cell phone in their hands all the time. So, if you tell them that with just one smartphone, you'll be able to do your business around the world. The best thing is someone will teach you how to be your own boss. Okay, so this is very, very powerful, okay, to young people. And how to invite entrepreneur? Usually this limited initial investment capital, okay, because to invest a business requires a lot of money, okay, and then they lack knowledge in current market trend, and lack experience in starting something new, and then lack system or structure to be successful. Everything is self-taught. Okay, so here you can tell, hey, if there's an opportunity to be an entrepreneur without the typical business owner's headaches, such as large investment capital, managing employees, and handling logistics, and gives you the ability to build your own global business in your backyard, would you be interested in learning more? Okay, so there are a lot of people like go out there, they want to, maybe invest, thousands, millions and millions of dollars, and then burn the money to learn the experience. But here, with a proven system, we have someone teach you how to become a millionaire. So this is pretty, that's why I say, learn from the best. And here, key to success is to listen and understand your prospect's needs before you give them any solution. And the prospect acknowledge that he or she wants to make a change in their life. Oftentimes a lot of people just sit there complaining about their lives, but they do not want to make any changes. So sometimes we always say this business is for someone, not for someone who needs it, it's for someone who really wants it, okay? So the prospect is unhappy or unsatisfied with their current life, work, or income, then you can talk to them, okay? Because if they're satisfied with whatever they're doing now, just leave them alone, okay? And also, this prospect is seeking for change. That's very, very important. Okay, so you are the messenger who is starting an opportunity, who is sharing an opportunity with your friends. And you are not asking your friends to help you, because at the end, you are the person, probably one day if they become the millionaire, you're changing somebody's life. So remember, this business, okay, is you as a messenger. So whenever they want to learn more, okay, a lot of people just start to, we so-called this verbal diarrhea. Okay, we always leverage our event. Okay, remember, because the grass is always greener in the other side. That's why at the invite, you invite them to the event. You invite them to do the ABC with your experts. Okay, because sometimes, other people, whatever other people say, they really will listen. So remember, you are the solution provider. Don't be a super salesman, be a helping friend, and plug them into the meeting or events, to learn more about our business. Okay, so for now, this is my past 3.5 to 4 years of experience. I hope this can help all our friends here online. Thank you.
Wow, Angela, powerful, powerful. I hope all of you out there took good notes, screenshot. There's a lot of nuggets in her talk. That's last 25 minutes. Perfect. It's not often that you get somebody to explain how to invite all the different types of people. It's perfect. Obviously it shows that you have a very deep understanding of the business. Obviously. Now, let me ask you, Angela, if you look back, how many years now have you been in the business?
3.5, almost 4 years.
How many people have you talked to?
Ah,
For yourself and for other people.
I
How
don't know,
many?
a lot. Every time when I go travel to Asia, they have appointments for me from 9 till like 10 o'clock at night. I don't know, Simpson, I really don't know. A lot of people. And something, I enjoyed it. Yeah.
Yeah. What? But okay, so that's beautiful. Now, you enjoy it. Why do you enjoy it?
Because every time when I sit down, I would think that if this is my sister, if this is my brother, how can I help this person? So, the way I talk to them, I make them feel comfortable. So they're willing to open their heart to me and tell me their problems and what they're looking for. So I was just stay there being a solution provider to them. And I did not ask them to join. I said, this is a solution to you. And you make the decision if you want to grab this opportunity or not.
Wow, isn't that really the point, right? That
Right.
is so on point because at the end of the day, there's a lot of people that, looking for options. And there's a lot of people, they don't even know that options exist. They like me, when I was trapped in my business before losing a lot of money, I felt trapped. If you came along, I would have done a business with you back then. No, so now at this time, of course, we want to make it real for everybody, and there might be people out there online right now that have questions. So if you do, what I'm going to do is have available the next maybe 20 minutes. Okay, we're going to finish in 60 minutes, but we're going to have the next 20 minutes. For those of you who have questions, you can put them in the chat live, and I will go through it, and we'll pick some questions, and we'll see how it goes. Let me see. Look, we got one now. Let's see. Well, actually, it's Prajit from Singapore. He's commenting. He say develop sense of enjoyment in meeting people, right? I guess that is important. Actually, when you were saying that, there are a lot of people who are not used to go out meeting people, right? And they're obviously different type of personality. So before Janess, what type of personality were you, Angela?
Actually, I was kind of introvert.
Oh, no, you kidding me?
Really, because they say you are a realtor. How could you be an introvert? But really, after I show the house and show the warehouse, I go home. I just don't talk. I don't feel like talking at all. I was an introvert. And if you want to put me in front of 5 or 10 people to talk, that was not me. No, I'll be shaking. So this business really, transformed me that totally.
We
Yeah.
got obviously the more people you talk to, the more we expose ourselves to people. I guess the fear start to subside. So there is a question from David in LA. He asks, how can people overcome the fear of rejection? How did you overcome it? What did you do before real estate?
Actually, I was a housewife.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
For 20 years.
Wow. So how did you, now obviously in real estate already you have to, show a lot of properties, deal with a lot of people, and then coming to Jeanette. So how do you overcome the fear of rejection? So did you never had it or what was it?
Of course. At the beginning, I was afraid that people would say no to me, but it depends on, how I look at this business. Like for instance, for Jeanette, I know I'm here to help you. The funny thing is, the way I talk to the people, I really care about them. So even if they say no, they will say, oh, thank you very much, Angela, for sharing me with this opportunity. But I just see that this is probably not for me. Okay, so the way they rejected me is that, I didn't even feel bad. But some people, maybe they did it a harsh way. There's one member asked me, the one member in Austin, I said, hey, Angela, if they say no to you, what would you do? Immediately I say, something, I feel sorry for that person. And then she laughed and laughed and laughed. I said, really? This is such a wonderful, wonderful platform. Maybe the timing is not right for this person. But if you know that this is good for him, good for this person, but they rejected you, just don't take it personally. They rejected the business model, not you. So, maybe their timing is not right.
No, that's a very good point, because what you say is we are the messenger, but we're not the message, right?
Right.
So
Right.
as long as we are the messenger, we bring a message to them. So what they reject is not the messenger, but they reject the message, right?
Right.
And like you say, maybe they're not ready. Maybe it's the bad timing, right? Could be many, many reasons, right? And
Yeah.
obviously, of course, we always say that, oh, if people are really negative, run, say bye-bye right away.
I really like one time in Hong Kong, the Diamond Patrick, he said that, what if you go to a restaurant and the waiter comes and, hey, Angela, do you like to have a cup of coffee? I said, no, thank you. I don't want coffee. Do you think this waiter is going to go to the back and cry and say, oh, no, she rejected me? No, just not the right timing. I just didn't want coffee at that time. Right? So, just take it that way.
Yeah, that's actually how I felt about it. Now, maybe I can share a little bit from my experience. Is that, I was in traditional business in a retail store setting I had that furniture business for 10 years. So people came to me, I never reached out to people. And I think that's a very common thing. So for me, when I was starting in the business, what I would do is I would go talk to people or make phone calls without mentioning the business at all. I made a point to do that. And I practiced, one time, I just sat myself down. Within 1 hour, I made 20 phone calls. But never talk about the business, just to do the, talk about family, the FORM HD that you have, high definition FORM, right? So family, occupation, recreation, talk about money, health and dreams, but don't mention about the platform. If people do that within a short time, make a lot of phone calls, they realize that actually, you know what? It's just about reaching out to the other people. So that's like a baby step I use to get to the point where I reach out to people, and just to, instead of focusing on piquing interest, just to have a conversation first, like you were training on, and just see if they have any need, right? So, and I love Zig Ziglar because he always say, you know what? Stop selling, start helping. Right. That's the ultimate, Great. No, okay, so let's move on to another question. This like popping up a lot, so I'm sorry that I do have to pick and choose and how we can relate to all of them, okay? So now, let me ask you, Angela, okay, so Ivy from Hong Kong is asking, what is the hardest challenge you have encountered in this business?
The hardest. Sometimes it's hard to make those people who stop doing gymnastics to move. But I think just like I said, is the timing. And I don't know, when I come to this stage, I really think that, I don't know, I just try to embrace all the challenge. Even there's a challenge, I would treat it as a lesson to me. So, I just think that I'm improving every day by, facing the challenge, not to run away from it. I face it. And the biggest challenge, I don't know. I don't know. Just maybe just grow, just do every day what I have to do, follow the system. At the beginning, I had a hard time to bring the team to the events. But later on, I learned how to let them know what this event is, why this event is, what's in it for them. Rather than, you need to go this, you need to do this, you need to do that. I would say why this event is good for you, what's in it for you, and you decide you want to go. But, that's the best way for them to go to the events.
Wow, folks, a lot of wisdom there, because she actually answered the question very direct. She said, you know what? My interpretation of your answer would be that, something being hard in the business, that's rather a personal judgment. And the person who's judging certain activities as being hard or a challenge is yourself. So obviously you have to overcome yourself. That's probably the hardest part, isn't it? But you already turned it around when you said that instead of making this judgment as it's a hardest challenge that you have, but rather embracing all the activities and do the problem solving instead. It's
Yes.
perfect. And actually, you know, for those of you out there, you know, what you will find is that people who become Ruby, Emerald, Diamond, well, the bigger the organization, many more questions or issues or people we have to deal with. And the more we deal with that, the more we learn about it, the more we embrace it, the faster we grow. And as a matter of fact, we are probably some of the most efficient problem solvers in Jeunesse, right? As you move up the rank, right? Angela, is that correct?
Yes, yes, absolutely. Yeah, growth. I really gain a lot of, personal growth from all my teams. So I should really thank them.
Uh, very good. Here's a question. Let's see. Okay? So for best practice, let me phrase a question like this. Um, what do I do first once I get started? What's the best practice?
Once you start, okay, go back to find out why you want to join Jeunesse, okay, and then you follow. You need to have your contact list. That's so important. But I think very important is to set goal. Okay, everybody need to set a short-term goal, like 3 months goal. What I want to do, and when you wake up every morning, you say, okay, I want to reach this goal. How many hours am I willing to do if I can reach this goal? And of course, the most obvious way is the monetary goal. Okay, I want to make extra $1,000 a month. And what should I do? You ask your leader, and they will tell you. They'll break down what you should do every day. So I think it's very important that you get up every day. You know why you're doing this, and you know what you need to do every day. And of course, you need to. Now, besides learning, you need to have activities. Activity gives you, the money. So you need to just learn and then go out to really practice action, and then you do something, and then you come back to learn again, and then action again. So, this is what you should do. Just follow what your leader tell you, and then learn the videos from Samson, because we have the best teacher here, and then plug that into your action.
Oh, very good. So you actually, folks, I mean, I don't know if you heard it, but she is straight on point. Number 1, 2, 3, know your why, because at the end of the day, that's your motivation. You got to have your contact list. Okay. This is called network marketing. So it's network. It's about network. It's about trust, doing business with people that trust us, so we trust them. Number 3, you were saying about the action, the goal setting, right? That part is very important. Once you know why and what you want to get out of the business, you got to do the goal setting, because the goal setting determines the amount of activity you need to have. So definitely very powerful. And then at the end of the day, you got to go practice it. Okay, so this is something I came upon recently, especially that word practice, because doctors, they have practice, attorneys, they have practice, accountants, they're practicing. Sorry, all those people are practicing on you. So that's actually what it is in our business. The more we do, the more we practice. But at least when you practice, either you make money or not, you get a feedback, you learn a lesson. By accepting feedback, the more we do, the more we learn. So you were incredible. That was incredibly on point now. So let's go. We have about 8 more minutes. Let's try to get to some of the other questions. We have so many, but we're not going to be able to get to all of them today. Now, okay, so what are some of the common objections you get, and how do you answer them? From Michael.
Okay, a lot of people ask, is this MLM? Okay, and usually I will ask them, what do you mean by MLM? Can you explain what's in your mind? Because sometimes some people don't even know what that is. Okay, and I will just tell them that, I've never done any network other, MLM company before, but what I know is here, I do not have to sell product. I'm just sharing. Okay, certainly I don't have any inventory in my house. That's what people hate the most. Okay, now here, third, I don't need whole lot of people. Okay, this business, you don't need a lot of people. Okay, you just need to share with, your true feeling, and, share with your friends, and then just from the platform, you will just expand your business globally. So if we don't have those that you have to grab people that you don't like, you don't have to sell product, you don't have to, stock the inventory in your house, and you can always surpass me, okay? And, has nothing that the traditional MLM has, will you be still open to learning more?
No, very good point. And I think the last sentence you said is beautiful, because do you want to know more?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times I find people, they tell the people too much instead of asking questions, isn't it? Right? Because
right.
you obviously, you become successful very fast in 6 months, and as an Emerald now, looking back, it's probably just that, with all the people you met and talked to, unless they're interested, then you spend time with them. If they're not interested, why spend time with them, right? So and I think most of the time that people don't value their time, right?
Right.
When you look back, Angela, I believe, like, when I heard that you were one of the most successful realtors in my area, probably you already have the habit, right? You don't waste time on people that waste your time, right?
Oh, no.
No. Yeah, because I do have a few questions. Yeah, go ahead.
Usually I sit down with them when they first want to find something. They have to come to my office. I have to sit down with them half an hour to find out what exactly they want. I find out what their needs are. And then when I go out first, I say, I have a paper, write down what you like and what you don't like. So by the third time, I already find something for them. So it's same as this. Find out what their needs are. And then you give them a solution.
Very good. Obviously, because a lot of people, they do say they want it, but they take no actions. What do you do with those people?
Again, go back to their why. Then why you're here. Okay, if you don't want to take anything, require action. Okay, so training is very good, and you learn from videos is very good, but it's just like you're learning how to swim on the ground, not in the water. Even I teach you how to swim on the paper or something, I throw you in the swimming pool, you still cannot swim. So you always have to go in there and really like 1 stroke, 2 stroke, and then you learn how learn as you go. So action is very important. So when people do not want to have action, you come back and bring them back, talk to them again, find out why you're in this business. Okay, if you don't do this, or your current situation bring you to where you want to go. If not, why don't you give yourself a chance, maybe 3 to 4, 6 months, and see how it goes. Follow the system, and and give them security. Say, hey, I'm here. You put on your name list. I'm gonna here guide you and teach you how to do it. Give them the security that you'll be there to help them at first, and then you just say, I'm gonna do maybe 3 or 4 ABC for you, and then you learn how I do it. Usually after meeting, I always like break down why I say that, and maybe after 5 meetings, they can meet on their own. So, I think it's very important to learn and, put in real action and come back to learn again and then put in action. And then you can really reach your goal. Yeah.
Now, so far, I think, all the answers you've given and your training, it is a cycle of activity, isn't it? Right? There's very similar activities over and over again. Is that correct?
Right.
It seems like that. Now, for a lot of people, they don't understand. For example, I have Stephen asking, from Samson Li, he's asking, for example, he's interested in the earning level. If you're in it 3 to 4 years and you're Emerald, well, it's not about the income. It's about the activity, and the activity the correct activity will produce the income, right? Do you agree, Angela? Maybe you can say something to that?
But sometimes a lot of activities doesn't really equal to income if you do it wrongly, if you don't do it the right way. Okay, so sometimes I always tell my member, if you go out to approach people, there's a ratio. Okay, 5, maybe 1 will join with 1 to 5. If 5 all say no, you better stop. You have to stop, and we have to find out where the problem is. We kind of like, maybe this you say wrong or something. So if you talk to people, 10, 20 people, they all say no, you need to stop and talk to your leader, ask them what's wrong. So that's what I love about this business. There's always somebody will teach you, guide you, to do the right thing. So sometimes the activity doesn't really equal to productivity. Only if you do it right, then yes, the speed is everything. This business, that just like Samson earlier you said, the faster, if you do it faster, it's always easier. Yeah, so I really think that you have to just do it right. If you're not having a success rate 1 to 5, then you really have to stop and find out what happened.
Okay, so maybe there's a couple minutes left, and maybe we can talk about just 2 more questions. So just to link it together, of course, well, the why question. What is your why? A lot of people don't understand what that is. And now maybe I can start the answer with this, and then you can follow up. Because for me, actually last night I was talking with a partner in Hong Kong. I was mentioning, when you think about why you're in the business, the reason you're in the business, you have to go 7 levels deep at least. But what I mean is, most people, they say, I want to make money. Why? Why you want to make money? What for? Right? And then, so I can help my parents retire. But why do you want to help them retire? And then go to each level successfully down. And of course, sometimes it's for yourself, for your family, for your kids. Sometimes it's for other people, or you want to contribute to society. Maybe you can share with them really how to find their why. Maybe just, maybe 30 seconds to a minute.
How to
make that solid. How to make that a solid motivation for them. Because that's what it is, right?
Yeah, I think one word, true to yourself. What do you want? Okay. And I really think that put this why into not just how much, like I want to make $5,000 a month. Why? This $5,000 not for you to get a better car, buy a better house. Why? And put the name in it. I want my daughter to have a best wedding ever, or I want to help my daughter to go to, my daughter, maybe, Jenny to go to, the school, Columbia, and you put the name in it, so that the why can really touch yourself, or sometimes I would say that can make yourself cry, that this is I really want to do this with my current situation. I cannot do it, so you will always like go deep, and then true to yourself.
So emotional, it has to have an emotional attachment,
right?
Like the pain. Earlier in all your slides, you talk about different people's pain.
Point. Yeah. So, I really think that I always say everyone is a really interesting book. You open the book, and at the end, what do you want? What do you want to become? Or what do you want to really, provide to is you, true to yourself. So that's why I'm saying that, true to yourself is so important. Sometimes we're always like, just not looking at it and then pretend it's not happening. No, I think every person know exactly what you want. So sometimes I just sit at home and, talk to myself, and sometimes look in the mirror. What do you want, Angela? And then look at yourself in the eye. I think you can probably find the answer.
Wow. And that's a very powerful way to say it. True to yourself. I think I've talked to many people. Of course, that's what we're digging, but that's a very simple and very direct way that we can all ask ourselves why we are in the business. Actually, I always say that, I can never motivate anybody. They have to have the motivation. So part of that is this, and maybe, we can have another session about the why, because I think motivation, people are, how to be consistent and all that, that motivation needs to be there. The why needs to be clear, right? I believe, I think you agree with me, Angela, that as we travel the world and help many people to become successful in Jeunesse, I personally find that, and you can comment on it, that the people who have clarity on why they're in the business, they seem to be the fastest ones.
Right. And this way, it will be easy for you to overcome all the rejections. It's all start from your why.
Right?
Yes. Yeah.
So would you even go as far to say that, in terms of being rejected, or people, not interested, or maybe they are, but they're on the fence, or how to be more successful, how to lead the team, maybe all that comes from the why, the strength of your why. Would that be a reason? Would that sound right?
Yeah, sometimes I tell my member when they feel bad, I say, hey, people say no to you, but if is this person going to pay for your mortgage? Is this person going to pay for your auto, mortgage? He's not. So, what's wrong? Just go next. Someone is there really, want to make a change to their lives. Someone's there at the corner waiting for you. Just move on. Okay, so don't let this person slow you down. Just move on, move on and go pursue, your dream. So don't let anybody rejection stop you, steal your dream. I would say that don't let anyone steal your dream.
That's right. That's right. If you let them, you buy into their lifestyle. Wow, very powerful. So folks, today, I'm sorry that, there's another 30 messages, 30 other questions waiting for us to answer. But, today we do have to limit the time, but we do plan to have these regular sessions weekly. We're planning weekly right now. So there'll be a lot more exciting sessions next week, as a matter of fact. But thank you, Angela, so much for your time, and the way you speak, and the knowledge that you share, the wisdom that you share from your experience is, it's from that proven success that you work for and that you went through the journey, right? And so a big congratulations. And the stuff that you shared tonight, wow, it's right on point. And I'm sure we're going to get a lot of feedback on it around the world. So we're looking forward to the next time that we invite you on to share again a different topic. How's that? Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. My first English, webinar. I hope everybody like it. Thank you.
Oh, I'm sure. Look, the messaging is going off the scale. It's not stopping. So, but of course, we have to thank one person. That's your husband, to give the credit card to get you into the business.
Right. Every time they ask me, honey, when are you going to retire me like Yvonne did?
Well, you're gonna get there for sure. Yeah. Well, I guess that's your next goal, right?
Yeah, and that also means that I already help enough people, more people, like changing my life and changing their lives. So
right. Yeah. So it is success and beyond, right? It's beyond what we all thought at the beginning. So congratulations again. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Samson. Thank you.
Now, everybody, it's been a great session. There's a lot of messages going on. What I'm going to do is we're going to go through your questions, and maybe in the future sessions, we can incorporate some of the subject matters that can help you to move your business forward, aside from also what Angela already shared tonight. Amazing training. So the next event, we haven't sent it out on our group WhatsApp group yet, but I have already booked a very exciting guest next Tuesday North America time, Wednesday in Asia time, the same time on this webinar with no other than a Double Diamond director, Yvonne Yan. Oh my gosh. So next time you must attend, invite. Today I see that there are a few people that I know that had to work, that couldn't attend the webinar, but hopefully, the next Tuesday one, or Tuesday/Wednesday, you'll be able to attend and tell the people that should have been on here to get on here. So, but it's been my honor to host this and along with Angela, and thank you for admin Jialu. She's done an amazing job helping out. So we're looking forward to seeing everybody next week. All right, say goodbye, Angela.
Hi, everyone. Thank you,
Bye
Samson.
now. Yeah, have a good night and have an amazing day. Take care.
Bye-bye.
If you see something for yourself, get back to the person who shared this video with you. And don't forget to subscribe to the official USGS YouTube channel to receive future videos.